Hey there, welcome. If I look like I'm dying, it's a balmy 37 degrees here in Melbourne, and I am dying. It is very hot. I don't deal well with the heat. That's why you might hear the aircon up here behind you, but I'm here at my game store, Icarus Games and Collectables. Look us up, we've got cool stuff, I promise. But just wanted to talk about more or less like what it's been like, and also some cool stuff that I've either done or that has walked into the store. It's going to be a little haphazard, but if you want to just see like a whole video, that'll be probably like 10 minutes ish in. This box is flapping in the wind, we'll get to that. Otherwise, if you're kind of interested in like what it's been like, yeah, watch from here, I guess. I guess like the first question like most people ask is like, am I making money? And without like divulging too much, just turn this a little bit. Professional setup. I have my phone camera sitting on top of two Wii's leaned up against a bottle of hand sanitizer. Oh, good God. Anyway, the short answer is yes. The long answer is kind of. This store started with a lot of my own personal collection, so it's really hard to sort of judge profitability based on the fact that most of the stuff that's been sold is stuff that the store didn't actually pay for, if you understand what I mean. But if we factor in like trade-ins and stuff that's walked out from the trade-ins, yes, it's been going pretty well. We're trying our best to make sure that trade-in values are as fair as possible, which can be very difficult, but now with like EB Retro Open in Australia, which has been an absolute fucking debacle. It's been really funny seeing like people like, oh, I took my box copy of Donkey Kong Country 2 on the SNES, and they gave us, they wanted $11 for it, or Silent Hill 2 on the Xbox, and they're going to give $10 for it. It's like I would have given so much more, and if someone said I just want $10 for this, I would have gone, no, I'll give you like 50, whatever. You know, I'd have to look it up, but. And that's happened a couple of times. People have come in and said, yeah, I just want like a couple of bucks. It's like, no, I'll give you a proper amount. And that always makes them happy. It's always been very good. It's like, oh, I came away with more money than I asked for. Who doesn't like that, right? Well, me, because I lose more money, but I have a conscience, unfortunately. But that part aside, just the actual like day-to-day running of things and interacting with customers and people who have come in, I don't know if I've been like super lucky. Like I'm not here for every opening hour. I have my full-time job still. But for the hours I've been here, I haven't had a customer come in that was like, I kind of wish you don't come back. Anyone who's worked retail has understood that particular statement, where they would rather just not, even if they owned the place, they would rather just not take that person's money to not have to deal with them. And it's gotten to the point where we have a discount set up for people who come in and make us feel like we're doing a good job, if you know what I mean. Like, people come in and like, oh, I want to talk to you about the Sega, and do you remember this, and you remember that, and you have a 20-minute chat. They might only spend like $10. I still give them a discount for being fantastic customers, because why not? It gets them back in. Sure, I've lost a couple of bucks, but then they come back and I get more money. That's sort of the philosophy we've gone with here. And more often than not, that discount code is used, which you might think is a little bit wasteful on like the business side of things, but we've had people specifically come back because of that. So I don't think it is, personally. And the fact that when I first started this business, the thing I was most worried about is, I remember working customer service. I hated it because like I was a deli assistant and I was a checkout chick, and it sucked. Like half of the customers just were terrible. They would like throw money at you, or they'd berate you and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm not getting paid enough to deal with your shit. I was on like $15 an hour or whatever. I'm not getting paid enough to be like, yes sir, please spit at me, kind of thing. Which nearly happened once, but that's another story. And it's actually been really great, having people come in and be like, yeah, this is the best game store I've been to in Melbourne, and I really love the layout and the space, and the fact that we have like arcade machines to play has been really, really good. Like, I've had a few people come in with their kids, and their kids are cranky, which, I mean, fair, I guess. I remember shopping with my mum at shops I didn't give a shit about, and it was, yeah, I just want to die, I'm just going to scream. And having them be able to go like, oh, go play Point Blank, go play the N64, and they'll just sit there for 5 or 10 minutes just figuring it out and be happy while the parents go and look at things, go and shop. And I think having that space, which is kind of what we wanted here, which is why this building is so big, has been super, super beneficial. And even like when I'm on a break and I'm burnt out a bit because I've just been dealing with customer after customer, not because they're bad, it's just, you know, the whole customer service, what are they called, the work sona. Apologies if you've never heard that term before and that's the first introduction to it. It does drain you, and I can be like, all right, no one's here, I'm going to go play a round of Point Blank, or I'm going to come up here to the play space and I'll jump on the TV and play Xbox for 5 minutes just to cool down a little bit. It's been really good. And other things like just being able to get people in and pair things, which is something I'll go over in a bit too, or share passions. It's the reason why I started this YouTube channel wasn't to be famous, wasn't to make money. I just wanted to share my passion with people. And it's kind of like a one-way street with YouTube. Yeah, you get comments and stuff like that, but people watch and they either don't like me or don't like my content and they leave. Whereas in person, it's kind of a captive audience, right? You have to talk to me to buy the thing you want. But I think I've done okay to the point where when I am talking to the camera, I'm a little bit more awkward and I find it hard to get that flow. But once I have someone, you know, light a match on me with a topic or something I'm interested in, it's hard to shut me up. So that's been really cool, and I love that a lot. So yeah, customers have been great. The amount of traffic walking through, we're in a very secluded little area. We're in an industrial estate. I guess it's not a secret. If you look up our name, you can see our address. And we didn't expect a whole lot of foot traffic in the first month, and in the last week, we've actually almost been run off our feet with people actually coming in. Like, we have online sales and stuff like that, and that's been pretty consistent as well. But people actually coming into this place and making the trip. I was expecting a lot of locals, or people at least on the train line, excuse me, because we're, you know, a 5-minute walk from the train station. But with people traveling from like Bendigo, which I think it's like an hour and a half from here, consistently, that one person, if you're watching this, thank you so much, has come in 3 or 4 times now and brought their friends, which is incredible. And yeah, I really don't know how to deal with that. It feels really positive, and I'm not good with dealing with positive things, so it's been good. Had a really positive reaction to just the layout and the amount of stuff we have that isn't for sale. It's just to interact with or to learn about. Like, we have my Vectrix just sitting on the counter, and the amount of people, it's either, I've never seen this and this is cool, or I've only ever seen this on the internet, or I used to play one of these at my friend's house, which is, you know, a small amount. That's also incredibly cool. Like, who the hell's played a Vectrix? At least in Australia, we really didn't sell a lot here. So I think that's really awesome. And yeah, I have quite a positive outlook for this. If we can keep going the way we have, I think we might make something of this, and that's kind of scary to think about. Like, the alternative is worse. just to be upfront there, like, this is a 2-year lease at the very least. So if we don't make any money, I'm still on the hook for quite a lot of money in rent, and there's no money coming in because we can't have the place running. That's kind of a problem. But I also don't think that's going to be a problem based on the amount of people and sales and trade-ins that have come in. And just also, like, the amount of customers who have been recommended by, we had a Reddit reviewer whose page, I think that was your name. I'm so sorry if that was your username or whatever. I'm very bad with names. I remember your face. He's come back a couple of times too. He put a review up on Reddit. He reviews all the local, the Melbourne game stores, and like, that's driven a lot of people to us as well. had some Instagram ads that have driven some people. We've had a couple of Instagram like follower competitions which have driven people, which we have one on right now. I think there's a $100 voucher up for grabs. I'll have a link down below to our socials, but you can also go to our link tree or our website. It's all on there. And I think being able to sort of flex the part of my brain which I don't usually give time for, which is like repairing consoles and mods and all that kind of stuff, has been good. Which is actually probably the first thing I want to talk about, is some of the repairs and mods that have walked in. And I have two of them on the desk here just to show off, because I think these are the coolest. We have a couple of other ones that have come through. We have a PS1 that someone's bought off us that they want a actual mod chip installed, not a like a ODE or anything like that. Like actual, he wants the PS1 mod chip so he can play burnt games, and like that's a hell of a nostalgia trip for me. I think for most of us around my age that might be a bit of a nostalgia trip, but it's cool that I'm actually able to do that, and it's been a lot of fun doing those repairs and doing those mods. And if that's something you want to see, we do have the idea of actually setting up a recording space in my like workbench downstairs. If that's something you want to see, let us know. We can definitely do that. That'll be on this channel. If something particularly interesting comes along, I might just record that anyway, just for my own personal stuff. As I said in the last video, when I do mods and I do repairs, I am quite a bit more professional than when I do my own, fuck around and find out kind of stuff, like with the USB-C mods and the Peekaboo and all that kind of stuff. I kind of just fumble around when it's my own thing. But when it's someone else's, I generally do a bit of research, unless I know what I'm doing, of course. But yeah, let's talk about a mod and a repair. That the mod was last week, which should have been like 3 weeks ago. But thank you for Australian Post. But they've been mostly okay. And a mod and a repair. A repair I literally just finished like 5 minutes ago before filming this video and holding all this shit up here that I'm going to talk about next. But here I have a Pokemon Red cart, and I have a modded DMG. The only thing still original from this is the motherboard. It's a new screen, new shell, new buttons. It's got a USB-C rechargeable battery, which, fuck yes, USB-C everything. But it's actually going to load. This is giving me some strife today. It's probably why I'm like 40 years older than I did in the last video. But yeah, just a absolutely crisp and amazing looking screen. It's got like these like different palettes and stuff you can choose, which I like black and white. You can have like I'm sure there's a green palette there somewhere that emulates the original Game Boy kind of palette. I think these are all fucking ugly personally, but if that's your thing, that's your thing. That's it. I won't yuck your yum. I'm gonna put it back. There's 36 different palettes. So I like the black and white palette. I think that's the coolest. I think that's as close to the OG. I know it was a green backlit screen kind of thing. Oh, a green on black screen. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, this cart walked in. It had a battery leak and took out a few of the traces. And trace repair is a pain in the ass if you've ever done it. It's really painful. I'm getting on in my years, and my hands aren't as steady as they used to be when I first started doing these kind of things. And I had to take off the ROM IC, I had to clean up under it, I had to repair a few traces. But it's working, and I'm sure the customer will be very happy about that. For like most games, like this is a very pricey game. If you know Pokemon games, you know it's worth quite a bit, so it's worth the repair cost. I only charge because of the extent. I'm charging the customer $30 Australian, and then a battery replacement as well, which I think I'm doing it for 10 VM, but we do like a big 15 for 1, 25 for 3, then 5 extra or something. It's all on the website if you want to get some battery replacements done. Most of that comes from the cost of the parts and like the time I have to spend getting set up, which I know sounds a bit iffy, but I'm pretty sure we're the cheapest in Victoria, at least about that. And it is, it's not a hard process, but it is time consuming to sort of start churning through them, which is why the price goes down with them. As soon as I get up to like the second one, I've got to flow and yada yada yada. Anyone who's done anything that requires like monotonous action, it takes a while to speed up to it, right? But that's working, and I'm very, very happy that this has been restored and repaired. I'm very much here for saving things from landfill, but like if it's Tetris on the Game Boy, which is, there's a bajillion of them, it's probably not worth the $30 to repair it. But I would buy it and repair it and sell it, and then like take that cost and just eat it. But most people wouldn't. Like I wouldn't expect someone who had a badly corroded Tetris to pay me $30 to repair it. You know what I mean? But I would do that for myself, which has been a lot of this stuff. Like this I did for myself as a showcase piece, so we can show people like, if you want to get this done, look how absolutely shiny and cool it is. But also as a I like doing this stuff. Like that's kind of half the point of this channel, right? Is I just like doing this stuff, and this is a reason for me to sit down and do it. If I'm recording it, I kind of get it to the I need to get it done state, which is really cool for me. Maybe not for you. If you're watching, I apologize. But there was one person whose name I'm so sorry you've fallen out of my head. Again, I'm bad with names. Who actually found the store via this channel. If you're watching this, thank you so much. It was really lovely to meet you. And I apologize if I looked like you said something weird to me. It's just really strange to have people be like, I've seen your videos. Because there's like 200 subscribers and there's 8 billion people in the world. So it's very strange, but also extraordinarily cool. I hope to continue to have these interactions. If you are from Melbourne and you happen to come in and you see me there, say hello. I'd love to chat. If you like the videos or if you have some suggestions, I'd love to hear it. Just don't be a dick. I mean, that's the general rule, right? If you're a dick, I don't want you here. And if you're wondering if you're a dick, you're probably not. It's the old adage, right? In relation to driving, like a bad driver never misses an off-ramp or a turn. People who are dicks generally don't think about if they're dicks. Anyway, let's get to some trade-ins. This is the part that I find really weird and interesting, because we get so much stuff that walks in here. And we have been open for, I think this is our 5th full week. And we've had so much stuff walk in that is, we've been able to clean up, restore, repair, whatever, and walk out again. We've had a couple of broken 64s that have gone, a couple of broken PS2s. None that have gone broken that we've fixed and walked out. We haven't solved anything broken yet. Hopefully that will never happen. And I've been really, really enjoying that, being able to spend that little bit of time using that skill, flexing that part of my brain and actually figuring things out and repairing things and actually giving myself a little bit of confidence that maybe I don't suck at this. Imposter syndrome people, rise up or go back to bed, I guess. So I think I'm just going to sort of go about. I'm probably going to get up out of my seat a lot. I might pause the camera if it's going to take me a while, but there's a lot of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if the video is another half hour long after this, but I'm going to try to whip through it as quick as possible. Any of the stuff that's coming up here is going to be available for sale within the next week. For those who don't know, second-hand licensing laws in Australia, or at least in Melbourne, Victoria, sorry, we have to hold things for a full week, just in case they're stolen. If we don't do that, we can get a massive fine, which will pretty much bankrupt me. So I definitely don't want to do that. But if there's something you're interested in, shoot us a message. We can put it aside for you, and after the 7 days are gone, we can work something out. So I'm going to start with, personally, what I think is one of the cooler things we've got. And we got this literally like an hour ago. It was this, it's high performance special edition Xbox pack, which I do have the crystal Xbox at home. I don't have this pack, but I don't think I care enough to keep it, if that makes sense. Like, that's honestly been the most difficult thing. I've taken a few things home with me, but some of the stuff that's walked in is like, that would be so awesome to have in my own collection. But I've very much limited it to, like, I've had a couple of demo discs walk in, had a PC game walk in, a couple of weird PS2 games walk in, Resident Evil 3 on PS1, which I didn't own, walked in, and I kept that. Even though that's worth a bit, that was sort of something I couldn't quite let go of, so that was okay. But yeah, this Xbox is in absolutely stunning condition. I don't remember if that drive's meant to be black. I know my left from my right, shut up. I'll check my one at home, I'm pretty sure it is. I don't think they made a different color Xbox drive for it. I think these things look absolutely stunning. the green one, like the Halo green one, is probably my second favorite, or like tied for first. Also got the controller with it. Also got the Project Gotham racing game downstairs as well with it. Or is it over there? I got the stack of games that came with it behind it. I can't see Project Gotham. Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. That came with a stack of games. I'm just looking at them now. There's like Fight Club on the Xbox, which I didn't know was a thing. Enter the Matrix was amazing. GTA San Andreas and Vice City, which are great. Burnout 3, Driver 3, and Contracts, that was also pretty fucking good. Outlaw Golf. Holy shit, if you haven't played Outlaw Golf, yes. I don't like sports games. For some reason, Outlaw Golf, the Outlaw game series, even like a couple of the Tiger Woods games are actually like really interesting to me, because it's less about the skill and more about the physics, and I'm a massive nerd. GoldenEye Rogue Agents over there as well, that might have to come home with me, because I fucking love that game. We'll see. The second coolest thing, and they're sitting here, they've been sitting here this whole time, and I'm actually scared to touch them because these are worth quite a bit, but I don't know a whole lot about them. This isn't my area of expertise, that's why I have people who help me. I have the Charizard Elite Trainer box, sealed. Also the Blastoise one. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but I mean they're pretty sick. And this Sword and Shield Vivid Voltage pack also sealed. I like this like Pokeball seal they got going on it. Like those walked in. They're a gamble. We paid quite a lot for them. Hopefully we can at least make our money back, if not make a bit of a profit on it. You know, that's kind of the point. I know a lot of people they watch something like Pawn Stars, like PAWN, not the other one. And it's like, oh, they're only offering $30 for a $50 item, I'm going to offer $50. It's like, because it's worth $50. What's the point in buying something that you're only going to sell for the same price you bought it for? It's the premium of having money in your hands now, which I think a lot of people don't really understand. You can go on eBay, you could probably get that amount of money that you're after, but then you have to deal with it. You have to ship it, you have to guarantee it to make sure you don't get scammed. You walk into a second-hand store, you have the money in your hand, as long as you haven't stolen it, then you are perfectly fine, the money is yours, and you're off in 5 seconds. That's the premium you pay. I take the gamble, and you pay the premium for me taking that gamble. And I hope most people watching this actually understand how that works, because as much as I don't rip people off, we do have to sell it for more than what we pay. And if something is worth $100, we can't give someone $100. We have to give them more, like, I don't know, 60, 70, 50, whatever. Depends on the item. Very much depends on the item, depending on like what we actually pay. I'm gonna blast through the rest because honestly, like, it's after closing. It's Saturday night. I am hot and tired. Well, let's go through some cool stuff and some probably not cool stuff. I have a bag. I'm sure there's something in it. It feels like there's something in it. There is not one, but 2 used AA batteries. I'm sorry, I'm very delirious. Some Wii accessories and some Wii accessories, because there was a Wii in here somewhere. Some more Wii accessories and a Wii. We've gotten a lot of Wiis. We have like 12 of them. I'm sick of taking these apart and cleaning them, because that's something we do for all hardware. We clean them all. For all games, we clean them all. For discs, we resurface them. If you want disc resurface, come down to Icarus Tech Games and Collectables. We do it for $2 a game. There is a bunch of PS3 games, Rock Band. You can pause it here if you want to see it. There's no point in going through. I have so many PS3 games. Oh god, what is it? Oh hell yeah. I remember what these are. Some more PS3, which Lego Star Wars is good. I like Rock Band as well, but AC/DC, I'm Aussie, but not that Aussie. That was the empty bag that fell, thankfully. Guitar Hero 3 and Play TV. I got a Play TV. I'm keeping that because it's dumb. If you don't know what a Play TV is, it's a TV tuner for a PS3. It's really, really, really stupid, in my opinion. But I have one. Someone threw this in with one of their trades, like a little Bluetooth keyboard mouse combo, which I've been wanting for my streaming setup, which I haven't been able to do for a while. But these are cool because you can be like, I'm a hacker. This is the thing that I think is the coolest. Actually, I'll do that last. Same guy who traded in all the Wii stuff and the PS3 stuff also traded in a Fire Attack. There's no battery cover. It does all work. The screen's in really good nick. It does need a clean, which I will be doing. And I'm going to 3D print a battery cover. Not so I can sell it as it has a battery cover, but so I can sell it as you can use it. You don't have to worry about the battery cover. I'm not going to mark up the price over the no battery cover price. It cost me like 12 cents in filament. I have a 3D printer. It's not a problem. But I think that's a little bit of a point of difference. Like I've seen these in game shops and they don't have the ability to 3D print a battery cover, and I do. And I like having that little bit of a point of difference. Even if it does cost me money, it's going to make it something that's more appealing to someone who might want to buy it, because they might not care the battery cover is 3D printed, but they might actually want to use it, which, you know, they're fun for a few minutes. You could probably just hold the batteries in. That's usually what I do when I'm testing them. But that's something that we are going to do. We're trying to make it as close to the out-of-box experience you would have gotten when these things were new. It's very hard, obviously. Some things are scratched, some things are dented, some things are dirty. But as much as we can, we take the consoles apart, we clean them, we make it as good as we possibly can with the resources we have. Yeah, we have limitations. We're a small store. I'm an idiot. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll get to that. We have a box of Skylanders, which I'm not going through. Oh my god, there's so much. Oh! All my life eyes. I'm going to go through those. I'm trying to get all the Skylanders myself, and they're really not worth that much. Like, we probably sell them for like $5-6 each. So losing that income isn't that big of a deal, especially considering what we paid. Like, that's one of those items that we paid less for because it is such a huge gamble. And we explain this to the customers, like when we give them a price, like this is why we've given you this price. This is how much they sell for. This is how often they sell. Therefore, this is what our formula is, kind of thing. And people are usually very understanding. Like, there's been a couple where it's been like, I actually won't give you a price because it's insultingly low because I don't think it'll sell. And they're very understanding of that, which is good. They still ask, and they're like, "Oh, that is very insulting." Like, yeah, that's why I'm not actually going to offer you that money. It's not worth it for you to sell it to me. Same thing with, like, I had the same guy who I repaired the Game Boy cart for was like, "I have a couple of PDP controls. Can you repair them?" Like, I absolutely can, but I'm going to have to charge you as much as they're worth new. Therefore, just go buy a new one. You're going to be better off because these are all knackered. And like, I'm happy to do it if you have like an emotional attachment to these controllers or something like that, absolutely. But if it's just for you, you're probably better off just not bothering, which makes me feel bad because I'm all about saving things from landfill. But sometimes it's just not a thing, and I'd rather not encourage that in customers because at the end of the day, they're going to feel ripped off, and that's going to be my fault, and I don't like that. Anyway, this thing is stupid. It is a Leap TV. I have no idea what this is going to be like, but it has these stupid controllers that can have a and the guy who sold it to me said it was like there's this kart racing supercharge where you have to answer math problems before you can start the race, which I personally think is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, I don't think my kid would play this. I'm going to find out because I am a bad parent apparently, but I mean, that's kind of sick. And I love stupid shit like this. I'm going to make a partner video to this, which is the stuff that I've gotten from my personal collection, like I've done in the past. And I have some absolutely wild, stupid stuff like this in that collection, which I'm very, very pleased about because stuff I've wanted. And another local game store who we're quite friendly with, Dimitri and Hard Copy in St Kilda, sold them to me. And yeah, I'm very pleased with myself. So stay tuned for that if that's your thing. Let's go over here. Hey, you, viewer, do you want 5 sealed copies of Just Dance for the Wii U? Is that what you're looking for in your life, for your significant other, for your own mental health? I have those for you. You can come and get them right now. Wait. You can come and get them on Tuesday. This is one of those things where it's like, yeah, cool, if you want to get rid of them, I'm going to give you like $2 a pop because A, Wii U, B, Just Dance, 3, there's fucking 5 of them. I don't remember how much I actually paid, but it's, that kind of thing. I don't know. I might swap out one of my open ones for this. I'm pretty sure I have 2015 on Wii U. I'm going for a Wii U set, so who knows? Oh god, I'm very old. So there's an ongoing joke in this store. If you're working and someone buys an Assassin's Creed game, we throw a party. Because I have at least 100 copies of different Assassin's Creed games across different consoles. Look, there's a disc 2 for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Oh, actually, and a disc 1. We are not fans of Assassin's Creed in this household, and that's a great game. That's also... Actually, that's the Cartel. I don't think I've played that one. I like the first Call of Juarez. But, we get a lot of disc-only stuff as well, which obviously gets priced down quite a bit. But that seems to be, a little bit popular, which as a collector of... I don't like that kind of stuff. It's interesting. And that's one of the cool things about talking to some of these customers is, we're all collectors, but there's different passions, there's different interests, there's different yeses and nos, and it's kind of cool to find out the reasoning. It's I was going to say a psychological experiment. That sounds very mean, but yeah, I think it's kind of fun. Got a Game Boy Protector. This same guy also traded in a red one with a red pocket that was absolutely fucked, which I was able to fix up, which is great. I don't know. I don't get the point. Well, I get the point, but these are... I don't care if you want it, though. PS3, who cares? And there's another one without, the little flap, and then some more PS3. I have so much PS3. If you're a PS3 collector, please, I'm begging you to come down and buy some shit. If you buy a lot, I'll give you a discount, I promise. Look, more. And these two, which I'd never seen before, but these are apparently quite rare. So, if you're looking for these, this is Tengai and Fighting Angels, which that one kind of looks like a shmup, I think, and this one looks like if BMX XX was a fighting game. It's kind of like, was it Dead or Alive? Was that one that was kind of like that? I don't remember. Yes, I think it was. Anyway, I have those. I better put them back in the right tub because we have the tubs for the days of the week so that we know when they can go out. But yeah, once again, trade laws and all that kind of fun stuff. We don't want to get in trouble. The fines are substantial, and I don't want to have to deal with that, to be honest. If we get a fine for that, we're in deep shit. So if you do come in and want to trade in, we do ask for ID for that reason, because that's our obligation to do so. So all secondhand stores should be doing that to maintain their license, but I mean, I've never been carded at a secondhand store trading stuff in. I don't know about you. Let me grab a couple more boxes. Okay, let's talk about a bad console. This is the VideoPack G7000, which is hard to get in frame. I have one of these at home. It is unboxed, and I don't care enough to swap it. This box is pretty dacked though, but whatever. This was, I think, the Magnavox Odyssey 2 in the rest of the world. For some reasons, we get this weird other name one. This is another one we took a bit of a risk on. Because it is it might not sell, it probably won't sell, but at the very least it's a bit of an interesting conversation piece. The guy also traded in a heap of these games, which I absolutely love because do you want to play 8? How about 6? Or even 24. 24 the video game before 24 the show. These cartridges are gross. And also gross, they need to clean. I don't have most of these games. Once again, I don't think I care enough. They're not worth too much, so I might take a few home. But the collector in me is like, yeah, big number, go burr. And the business owner in me is like, well, no. But obviously, some of the justification is easy because, if they're not going to sell, or if they sit around and don't sell, I will buy them with my own money at the price I traded them in for, kind of thing. And when I say my own money, I don't mean the business's money. I mean my real job, real job money. One of the cool things. Oh my fucking god, this thing's heavy. One of these. This is really hard to get in frame. This has still got like the packing box. This is sealed. The shipping container. Sorry. These like third-party guitars, for the most part, were absolute garbage. But I've heard really, really good things about this one. The guy also had a Logitech set of drums and just a normal Rock Band set of drums, the PS2 and 3. The Logitech ones look like they're built like a brick shit house, which is fantastic. Apparently they're built like actual E-drums, which if you've never had a chance to play Rock Band with a set of E-drums, it's actually so much better. Like the drums work, they're meant to be bashed, so they work really well. Unlike the Rock Band drums, which if you do more than like you probably can't even hear that, they break. I've broken so many sets of Rock Band drums, it's unbelievable. Last kind of thing, I got some broken consoles, like Xbox One, which I've had a One S come in broken, which I've managed to fix. I had a One come in, which I've managed to fix. So this one, hopefully I can fix as well. Also a 360 and a wireless adapter that has fallen off the back, which I've never owned one of these, and now I have two, because another one walked in today as well. That one looks that one's a bit broken. But I always wanted one. I don't know why, I just did. And I guess now I can have one. Yeah. I'm very tired. But one of the cool things is, on top of like these consoles that came in, like I've got these two GameCubes, where this one works perfectly, but is smashed to shit. Like I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's pretty beaten up. And this one doesn't work. It boots, but it doesn't play discs. So this one's probably going to go in this. This one is going to go in this one's shell. This one's going to get a new shell and a Pico boot. And then I can't switch the shells because that has a digital out and that one doesn't. I will get two brand new shells and do something with them. I also had like a bunch of broken PS2s, like I think I mentioned that walk-in, which I've managed to get up and running, which has been great. I had a PS1 walk-in, which was just like a drive adjustment you needed, which is you can adjust the power potentiometers and the focus potentiometers for the lenses instead of replacing the lenses, and they come back up, which was great, which I kind of took a great photo for social media of me with it was a cotton bud holding the disc tray door down and waiting for it to spin up kind of thing, and it looked cool, I think. I don't think I ever look cool, so if I think I'll look cool, then I still look cool. And an Xbox memory card, I love these things, they're stupid, but I love them. And they brought in USBs. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm just going to slide these out of frame and sort of continue on. All in all, it's been like a super fantastic and super positive experience. The people who have come in, once, like I said at the start, have been so fantastic. It's been really great interacting with people, and just like talking shop. Like those of you who have I hesitate to call it this, but I am allowed to. Those who have the autistic special interest and you don't get to have those conversations and actually let it out, you know what happens when you get to run free with that. You get this like serotonin boost and your adrenaline goes nuts and stuff like that. And that's basically it's been the whole time here. So that's been really cool. Being able to put some mental energy into actually fixing things up and modding things and have it be financially viable to do so has been fantastic. And just the positive reception of everything we're doing. People love the branding, which I got a uniform, that's pretty cool. Our packaging and stuff like that all look the same like this. They've all got our logos on it. We have our own branded sticky tape, which I think is so stupid, but I think it's cool as well. And yeah, I think we're doing the right things based on the people who have returned, which has been most people, based on the Google reviews, based on the eBay reviews, based on all that kind of stuff. It seems like we're doing the right thing, and I hope we can Just continue to do the right thing. And flies. Bug crawling on my glasses. And continue to do the right thing and actually get people through the door and have people come in and play the games and have this play space up here be used. I'm sitting on our board game table. We have a board game library over there, which it's free to use. Come and play a game. We only ask you don't break anything, which I think is kind of fair. We're also trying to run events. We've run one event, which was not fantastic. That was down to sort of our self-error kind of thing, where we didn't really understand the segment as well as we would have liked. And of course, we learned a lot from that. We hope to bring that forward to have more events, things like general hardware maintenance workshops, or I want to host a retro LAN here where I bring in my 20-year-old Dell computers that I have sitting in the garage and set them up and have people play Age of Empires 2 and Empire Earth, Red Alert 2, all that kind of stuff from back in the day. The pain of waiting for your 5200 RPM hard drive to actually fucking load anything. A little bit violent there, I apologize. Yeah, as I said before, go to our Instagram, we have a follower competition, buy some things, come in if you're local. I would love to chat with you, love to hear any ideas if you want to hear more about what we're doing, if you want to see more of these videos, if you want to see less of these videos, if you want to know more about what's going on here, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to do more videos. I know it's been a bit quiet. This has been hectic. I have my real job, I have this place to run, I have kids, I have family obligations. It's been fucking hell. I have not taken a day off since December. It is now April? Are we in April or March? I actually legitimately do not know. I think we're in March. Hopefully it's all worth it. I think it will be. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to leave it there because I need to go home. It's after close. Thank you so much if you got me this far. You're a fantastic person. I love it. Please come in. Don't have to buy anything. Just come and chat. And I will see you next time on whatever the fuck this is. Bye.